Hello and welcome to the Youth Show on Sangat TV. Today we're at Red Corner Boxing Gym in Coventry to interview an up-and-coming Sikh Cruiserweight Boxer called Dilbag Singh. Hi Dilbag. Yeah, and fine. Thanks and welcome to Sangat TV. Right. So tell me, how did you get into boxing?
So basically when I was young, we was always like messing around on the streets, not doing really nothing. And one of my mates, he goes, there's a boxing gym in Whittlehall, you want to start going up there, start training. So we just ended up going there, started training. I really enjoyed it, so it's kept us out of trouble and kept us in the gym.
So good. So do you have a full-time profession, or is this your main profession now?
Yeah, this is my main profession now. This is what I do, and on the weekends I do a bit of security work, and that's about it.
Okay. So how many fights have you had so far?
I've had 4 fights now, and I've got my 5th one coming up in July the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so what was your first fight like?
The first fight as an amateur, I was about 18, and that was probably like the hardest fight I've had. Really nervous because it's my first time getting in the ring. So,
sure. So what's the difference between an amateur boxing fight and a professional boxing fight?
Well, in the amateur I wasn't really like concentrating on my diet, and I didn't really know much till I come down here, till Paul told me like how to like my food and my training, my sleep pattern, everything else, it's all different.
Okay. So what's been your toughest fight so far?
Toughest fight was my first amateur fight that I've had, and because I've never been in the ring before, that was my first time when I was 18, and all the crowd there looking at me, trying to get in the ring, that was probably the hardest bit.
So what's the difference between amateur? So what's the difference between amateur boxing and a professional boxing match?
Amateur, when I was young, I just didn't really like. I still ate what I wanted and just did what I want. But obviously, when you get in the pro game, it's different level. Everything you're gonna do, it has to be like proper. You're gonna sleep at a good time. You're gonna wake up nice and fresh. You're gonna have your food like hour before. So it's all different.
So what's the setup with amateur boxing? How many rounds does it last, and what's the setup with that?
Amateurs normally you do 2-minute rounds, and you do 3 rounds of fighting.
Okay. Yeah. So your toughest fight again was your first fight in the amateur ring?
It was because it's the first time getting there in the ring, and everyone watching now. That was probably the hardest bit. Yeah.
Okay. So how many rounds did that last then?
That lasted 3 rounds. Went on points. That did. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a close one then, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So who's your favourite boxer, past and present at the moment?
I don't really have a favourite boxer really. I just used to watch all the videos on YouTube and stuff like that.
Okay.
And just Paul puts me through, tells me all the videos to watch and stuff like that, and that's about it really.
So what's your routine for the week, for example?
Basically, wake up. Depends if I'm doing sprints in the morning. I'll have to wake up a bit early, have my food, have my breakfast. Then we'll go sprints like to Warwick Track, do the sprints down there, then come back.
So how long is your sprint then? What is a sprint exactly?
It's like going to on the track at Warwick.
A running track?
Yeah, on a running track.
Also, boxing's not just about weights, it's about running as well.
Yeah, it's all about fitness, conditioning. So that's what we do. Like, so it's like we do like 400 meters, run around 4 times, 200 meters, running out 4 times, then 100 meters we run around 4 times, and then we do 100 meter sprints as well.
Wow, so it's a lot of sprinting and cardio as well.
There is, yeah.
So before a fight, when do you normally find out that you've got a fight coming up? How long is it booked in advance?
Normally we find out 2 months before if I've got a fight coming up. But so we just get started.
So when do you start training for that fight?
We don't stop training. We train like all year long. We always train. It's just when we got them last 2 months, we know we're fighting. We're just a bit more stricter on the diet, and we just train a bit more harder.
Okay, that's good. So on the day of the fight, how do you prepare for it?
On the day, just relax, just chill out, have my food, and just relax.
Okay. So you're a Sikh, obviously, of a Sikh faith. So how has Sikhism influenced your life and your boxing career so far?
Well, all of what Waheguru's done back in the years, what they've done to us to be Sikh, that makes me want to do more. That's what I think about, because what they sacrificed to be Sikh, and that's what I am. So when I do my boxing, that's what goes through my head. So when I'm training.
Okay, so I heard that before your last fight, you just used to come to the ring without any music on or anything like that. But the last fight, you came on to Tiger Styles' Battle of Jamkar, and you said that really influenced you and put you in a different level. What happened with that song?
It did. It just made my blood boil. Like it just something just inside me. It was different. It was mad. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you're a Sikh faith. Why do you think there's so little success in the sporting world for Sikhs in the UK and worldwide? What do you think is the main problem compared to other faiths?
I think most Sikh they push their kids to education, like doctors, pharmacists, dentists. They want to have a better education for themselves, for their kids. They don't really want them to. They don't really want their kids to get hurt or stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So I think they push them more to the education, but they need more lads to do boxing and getting into fitness or any kind of fitness. You know what I mean? And their sport will keep themselves healthy and fit.
Okay. So how old are you at the moment?
I'm 27 at the minute.
27. So you're of the Sikh youth, still considered like that. So how do you stay away from temptations such as drugs, alcohol, clubbing, and all the temptations that are out there for the youth now that seem to think that the life is clubbing, life is pubbing, and and just go working 9 to 5. The weekends are just pubs and clubs, or even drinking during the day. How do you stay focused and away from that temptation? Because it must be here everywhere for you.
Yeah, it is here everywhere. My mates, they'll go out and that as well. But I know what I'm doing at the minute. All I'm concentrating on is my training and is my boxing, and that's it. So I'm not really bothered about going out clubbing and stuff like that.
So you stay away from drink as well, do you?
Yeah, I don't drink, no.
Okay, so what made you say that you're not going to drink?
It's just I've seen it around me all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really. I see what it does to people. A normal person just turns them into a different person.
Okay.
So that's why, yeah.
Okay, because a real problem for the Sikhs now is that Sikh men are 4 times more likely to suffer from alcoholic liver disease and die from that compared to the average white Englishman or white British man. So it's a chronic problem in our faith. And obviously it's great that you don't drink and you're focused into that sort of routine. So Paul, can I ask you a question regarding alcohol and its effects on, going to the gym, boxing, etc. What would you say are the main impacts, especially for if Dilbag started drinking or other people started drinking that you're training?
Well, it's just like putting poison in your body. You don't put rubbish fuel into a top car.
Yep.
It's just poisoning. It's just poisoning your system.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it basically.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. So Paul, you're Dilbag's trainer. So what does it take to be a professional boxer, and what's the difference between success and failure in the ring?
Well, in professional boxing, ultimately it's dedication.
Yep.
You've got to want to get up on them cold mornings. You got to want to come back and spar after you've been hit and hurt. It's dedication, self-belief.
Yep.
And the difference, you can have 2 fighters, one that's more naturally what they say talented, but if he hasn't got the dedication, like we've seen with many fighters or sportsmen, they fall by the wayside. It's the person that's going to work the hardest, it's going to believe in themselves, it's going to live the life, listen. Yeah, so it's not just lessons for in the gym, it's outside the gym is what they do outside the gym as well. Sleeping, eating, not going out, drinking and enjoying themselves. The great sportsmen in the world all sacrifice, so it's a sacrifice.
Okay, sure. So Dilbag, what's your plans fight-wise for your next fight?
Well, basically, we're going to have a couple of learning fights and just work on a couple of stuff. Then afterwards, just going to see what my trainer and my manager want to do. Then I'll just see what they do. Yeah. Sure.
Another question is, say for young Sikhs now going forward, and they're looking at Dilbag saying, yeah, he's going professional boxer and he's achieving something, with his life, he can go places. What do you say to the youngsters now that are 17, 18, 19, for example, and haven't got nothing to aspire at? They're thinking that they're just going to go drink and stuff. How do they get into boxing? How can they make that move?
Well, it is through seeing guys like Dilly. It's inspiration. Only takes 1 or 2 people to make it, and then inspire a whole generation. We've seen it in many sports. After the Olympics, many people going to all the different sports, and it's just. There is a lot of talent. I've boxed with Sikh lads for many years, but none of them took their step and went into the professional ranks. Like Dilly was saying, often they get pushed in towards more education, business. The mums don't want them to get hurt. Like Dilly's mum, he can't even go home with a bruise on his face.
Oh, no.
His mum
No
was
wonder
stopping
you win all your fights then, yeah?
Yeah, so,
it's-
and that's it. It's just about, you know, if you can inspire one or two people to help them, even if it's like get them off the street or, you know, give themselves a chance of a better life, then that's what boxing is great for. So, or any sport.
Great. So Dilbag, where do you see yourself next year?
like I said, there's going to be a few more learning fights, and then see where it goes from there. See what my trainer says, and we'll just go
in the
from
next
there.
few years, what's your main aim in boxing?
I just want to do the best I can. Do you know what I mean? I want to win some more titles. That's it.
So Dilbag, how do people stay in touch with your career? Is there anything via Twitter or Instagram that we can do?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, dilly.singh. They can get in touch with that. Or I'm on Facebook, Dilly Singh, so they can follow me on that.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for your time, Dilbag. Thanks a lot for your time, Paul. And thanks to everyone at Red Corner Boxing Gym here in Coventry for making this possible. I wish you all the best of luck from Sangat TV. Thank you and goodbye. So, Paul, what are we doing now with Dilbag?
Just going to do a bit of floor exercising, so it's just stomach conditioning. So again, another traditional exercise, medicine ball. You can use the medicine balls for impact work, which is just desensitising and getting the body used to body shots. But we also use it for getting nice and explosiveness from the core.
Okay, so it's an ab exercise as well, is
It's
it?
ab exercise, yeah, like in the core exercise.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thanks. Paul, can I ask you another question? What I've noticed is, look at Dilbag's legs. They're not like, people always see that strong guys have big, huge quads, big, huge legs when they're doing weights. So Dilbag's legs are slimmer. What's the reason for that in boxing?
For movement, he has got strong legs just because he doesn't look the bulk. You don't want the bulkiness because more muscle takes up more oxygen. Yeah. Legs get heavy, so he's got legs of a racehorse, strength of a shire horse. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so Dilbag, you're going to do some bag work now, yeah?
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of bag
So
work,
what's the benefit of bag work? Does it help you? Obviously, does it help you in boxing? Is that similar to hitting an opponent?
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's for fitness, conditioning, and just, yeah, that's it really, yeah.
Okay, go ahead then. So Paul, what's the benefit of skipping then? That we just saw Dilbag doing?
Just an age-old exercise that boxers have always done. It's good for coordination, rhythm, fitness, getting light on your feet and your toes. Yeah, so it's something that boxers have always done. Some people use a heavy rope, which then is good for conditioning the shoulders, making the exercise harder. So you see top guys like Mayweather and old Sugar Ray Robinson. They were like masters of skipping. Real good coordination, timing.
So what sort of pad work are you doing? What's the main benefit of pad work in a fight and just now for training?
Well, pad work can be used for a variety of different reasons. What we're going to be doing just technique pads, so it's drilling the punches, executing the punches. We want working on correct balance, positioning, technique, because technique is everything. But you can also use pads for like sharpening up. So you start putting your combinations together, your punches together more rapidly. More fluently, so you can also use it for strategy as well. So you're going through your strategy for a fight, so you use the pads as well as sparring to simulate different strategies.
Okay, great, thanks a lot.
Okay. That's it, turn your shoulders through. Jab. 2 shot slip. Jab. That's it. Hands up. Good roll. That's it, jab. 2. Good, jab. Good. Slip roll. Jab. Triple jab. 1, 2. 1, 2, right, left, right.
Now, I'll just go over some quotes here at the gym that really keep you going and keep your fitness levels ahead. So one of the quotes here is, I had the blues because I had no shoes. Then I met a man on the street who had no feet. In life, sometimes you're ahead or you're behind, but the race is only with yourself. Everyone is at different levels on their path towards Sikhi. However, some of the quotes here help you remain focused, and the gym has helped me clear my mind, and hopefully it will help others clear your mind and get into sport instead of drugs and alcohol. You know, a quote here is one of them that says that a man is what he thinks of all day long. So stay positive and be positive.